Hey y'all, Kevin Hutchison here with Realty Austin, and I am grateful to be a part of Stories Inside the Man Cave, a homegrown podcast just like my own business.
Tes Sawyer, you have a much different smile on your face this week. I have a feeling what happened last week in Manhattan, Kansas, has a little bit to do with that. And am I off base?
Accurate? No, you're right on. You're right on, Sean. No, I'm smiling from ear to ear. I am. Well, there's always things that you can nitpick any game, but we won on the road. We beat a ranked team, ranked higher than us, and conference play, and huge.
Yeah, it's huge. We're gonna dive into that, and on a much like we always do the game before. But I want to pull up something was kind of breaking. It actually broke. Old news term, literally an hour and a half before we recorded this, as a cattail is swinging in the picture. We're going to bring this up. And to me, this is a big deal. And I think OU fans had a intuition told them that this may happen, but it has happened. Colton Vasek from Western High School has flipped his commitment from Boomer Sooner to Hook 'em. Tes Sawyer, initial thoughts, hometown guy, a son of a Longhorn legacy. Mm-hmm. I believe he's coached by his dad at Westlake, and he is, I'll just say this, the upside of this young man is limitless.
Yeah, huge win for Texas, and that's what 49-0 gets you. So remember that, boys. You just keep on winning. It's the gift that keeps on giving. And if there's any reason to flip, I mean, there you got it. And he gets to stay in his backyard. That's
right, literally. Just go across the river, a few miles on the 40. It's going to be a great, great story. I believe his dad came in the 1991 class, signing class from Smithville, Texas. And it was a Longhorn defensive end. And then there's other Vaseks coming up the system here. This is only the beginning. But love it. Great kid, great family. I'm sure his mom, Audra, she would have been a proud Sooner, but I know she's even a more proud Longhorn.
Okay, sorry, my Roomba's starting. Hold on.
This just adds to it. Oh, as Tess tries to figure out her Roomba.
I don't even know why it started. It's got a mind of its own. Sorry about that. I'm supposed to be charging, not cleaning. My Roomba. It's not even Halloween anymore. I got possessed machines in here and shit.
I love it. This makes this episode even better.
It's like Maximum Overdrive. You remember that movie?
Uh-huh.
With Emilio Estevez.
1990.
This is timely. There is a scene where the turkey knife, and they're like carving the turkey, and he's like, Anyway, that's a little bit more extreme than my Roomba, just like getting dog hair of it. Anywho. Back to Colton.
Colton. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Things.
That's a great boost on the defensive line. The kid, he's very lean, fast, quick twitch, smart, has great instincts. Obviously, he's coachable. He has to live with his dad in the same house, but a great dad. At some point, we'll have these two on Stories Inside the Man Cave, and hopefully get the entire Vasek family on here. That'll be a lot of fun.
That would be excellent. I'm so glad he's going to stay and play for Texas. So welcome to the rest of your life, Colton.
There you go. And yeah, would have been a great decision either way, but hey, this is a big win. South of the Red River, the decommitment from OU to Texas. Colton Vasek.
Can't wait.
Oh,
Cannot wait.
Hey, big shout out to our guys, Honest AC and Plumbing. They are very loyal. They are very supportive, if you will, of all of the pod content, including this one with Tes, Tuesdays with Tes, and Hook 'em Football. We'll have to change it to just Tuesdays with Tes after football season ends, but we'll make that happen. Now,
just plain old Tuesday.
That's right. Just Tuesdays. It may be on a Thursdays, but the Tuesday just sounds great. It flows. Mm-hmm. So we alluded to survival in November. And I know that you're well aware of this in college football. Teams either rise or they take a sharp decline in November. Texas took step number 1 at Kansas State. You mentioned it. I agree with you 100%. Significant win. They still have got to figure out how to increase the pressure in that second half, because we look at the good, the bad, the ugly in Manhattan. There was a lot of good, especially in that first half. But if there was anything bad and ugly, what would that have been for you?
Oh, I agree with you. I think it's just like us, dicking around the second half of the game. It's just like we come out, we're so strong, we look great. We look like we're in charge, O-line, D-line, everything. And then we just, I don't know. We flounder. I think definitely the defense pulled it out at the end because O wasn't putting up any points. So, thank goodness for our defensive team, our defensive line. But I think, I don't know what's going on in the second half.
I don't know.
I don't know if the players are tired, the coaches are tired. I don't know what is the method to this madness, but we have got to figure it out.
Yeah, it's because this game coming up, and we'll talk about it. But each of these 4 games are huge, and I don't understand it. I do not understand it, but that has to be cleared up. At least put 3 good quarters, but 31-10 up at halftime. I don't think there are many people that were really secure with that lead just because of the trend. But
no, it's because we all have PTSD. We're like, wait a minute. We're only winning 31-0. It's only 31-0. It's only 30-0. And then I was like, everybody gets so nervous because we're all about just blowing it. We're about getting ahead and then just blowing it.
Yeah. That's tough. It doesn't make any sense.
It's bad.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I hope it doesn't happen anymore. But I do think that for some reason we tend to get a little bit more excited and play a little bit harder when we're against tougher opponents.
Playing to the level of the opponent.
Right. Yeah. And so here we are playing TCU this weekend. I might be getting ahead of the game. Getting ahead of our game plan here. But what I'm saying is that even though we're favored, this is a higher ranked opponent, an undefeated opponent. If we win this game, a lot will get shaken up.
Yeah.
Not to mention their perfect season, which is always nice to blow somebody's perfect season. So.
Oh, yeah. Make them blow their load early as they have the first 8 games. But we will get to those frogs. So in that Kansas State win, 34-27 final, there were 3 things accomplished according to Coach Sarkisian on offense. And that was one significant one because K-State's defense is pretty legit. Quinn was not sacked all game. And Sark has the other 2 areas in which that were pretty impressive by this Texas offense.
I think was huge. 2, they led our conference, as well as in sacks, they led our conference in interceptions. So to come out of the game not giving that to them, I think it was a really positive deal. And then ultimately, it was a really good defense of minimizing points, and so to double them up on the points that they normally give up were all really good positives from an offensive perspective, and then obviously our ability to run the football.
And you can't deny that. Although I believe they did outgain Texas. offensively. But as far as coming up, I think nowadays modern day college football, unless you're Georgia, you can just expect a lot of offenses are going to put up their yards. It's just about making timely plays.
Right. And I mean, we really, as Rod Baber says, we really put some Bijan on it. Yeah. I mean, he really played him a lot, and they ran the ball a lot, and it was good.
Yeah, no, it was really good. And he had one of his better games that I thought of his career, and he's had a lot of great games. I mean, look at this already. He had 209 yards against Kansas State. He's already eclipsed well over 1,000 yards and a dozen touchdowns. Bijan, I don't know what to say. They gave it 30 carries. And I hate to say that's the target number of carries he needs to have, but he did have touches as a receiver as well.
Right.
But man, this guy, what he's accomplishing, his durability, knock on wood, he's just fun to watch. And I had a couple of OU friends of mine that were just complimenting him, saying that he's definitely one of the 5 best backs that they have seen in their lifetime.
Yeah, he's I love watching him, and I love that he played that he got so much opportunity with the ball and playing in the K-State game that I haven't seen as much. So I loved it. I mean, I was like, give the ball to Bijan, give the ball to Bijan, give the ball to Bijan. I mean, I know we've got to pass it too, but
right.
It was really nice. He's so good. It's so fun to watch him.
It is so much fun. And, the other back on the other side, that being Deuce Vaughn, he had quite the compliment, I thought. I mean, Deuce one day, he's either going to be a great public speaker or he's going to be one hell of a coach. He's going to be good at whatever he chooses to do. But when asked about this Texas D, this is, to me, and I want your opinion after you hear what he said about the Texas defense. This is an ultimate compliment right here.
I thought they were pretty physical. I feel like they played well today. It's one of the things that we knew about coming into the game. Is we're going to be a physical team, but it's on us to go out there and be physical as an offense, and that's something we're going to have to work on just a little bit going into this Baylor game because it's a really good Baylor team.
Compliment. To say that they're physical, and they were, and I think
that's awesome, but Deuce really pissed me off on Saturday night because he kept just getting in the way. I was like, I'm like, this kid is just so good and all over the place. And he was like darting under people's legs and running behind people. And everybody's like, which way did he go? Which way did he go? Like, I mean, he's just always awesome. And I was like, oh, why doesn't he play for us?
Yeah.
But that's really awesome. What a compliment from him. But yeah, I enjoyed actually watching him as well. Although I was like, can somebody get him off the field? He's really screwing up this game.
Well, the thing is, what Texas did, that you won't know it by the numbers, but what Texas did was when you hear the term run fit, it means the defensive linemen and or linebackers are fitting the gap. And they did a really, for the most part, a really good job of fitting the gaps that they're supposed to on particular plays, because there was a lot of initial square contact of wrapping up Deuce and gang tackling. And that's what is necessary. I mean, let's be honest, that Kansas State Baylor game is a pseudo elimination game from Big 12 championship contention. I mean, that's huge, but Baylor's defense, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they play him, because Kansas State still has.
They're playing in
Waco. Yeah. So the guy they call Snacks, Keandre Coburn, could have gone to the NFL, declared early. He's rather large. He's wide. He's a character. He's smart. But I think what player can have one of the best compliments a coach could give. And this isn't the entire soundbite, but Sark talked about the growth and having that conversation with Keandre in the offseason about staying another year to develop for increasing his NFL draft stock.
This is where you need to improve your game, one of which was rushing the passer. To be a complete player for the NFL, you got to improve your game at rushing the passer. And he's been impactful rushing the passer, condensing the pocket, doing those things. And so to make that play the other night on a sack, fumble, to ultimately seal the victory, I think for him was really gratifying that he's put in so much work. And now there's kind of the reward in the end of, man, it's all kind of paying off for me. So happy for him. But I think he'll be the first one to tell you there's more out there for him too.
I would have paid to have seen your reaction when we're all on the edge of our seat, or standing, walking, pacing, when he reached to Adrian Martinez and stripped that ball, caused a fumble, and Texas recovers to win that game, to secure it. It was like I felt like the entire Longhorn Nation exhale, like whew, they did it.
It was
on the
lovely.
road.
And there's another one that was really a pain in my ass on Saturday night. Adrian Martinez, that little shit. He's good too.
He is.
And he can run. I was like, can somebody get rid of these two people so we can win this game? But yeah, no, Coburn, oh, wonderful. Yes, my mother and I were jumping through the roof, the ceiling of Jack's house, my mom's boyfriend. Luckily, he doesn't have any neighbors or we were going to get ejected. But yeah, no, we were so excited. It was amazing. I was so happy. And yeah, we needed that. We needed that win. And now we need to win everything else.
Yeah. Well,
and that's an order.
That's an order. So step number 2 in the run through November, where you become a contender, will include this.
That's right, baby.
Gang, back to the ATL.
Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was lost with game day, doing without you.
That's
so happy.
Hey, we talked about it as a potential.
We did.
Potentially could
Dreams
happen.
can come true. It can happen to
Reality.
you.
Reality.
So happy. Oh man, I'm beyond thrilled, and I'm taking my little sister to the game, and she just like randomly was like, I'll go to this one. And I was like, dude, you do realize that you're going to like one of the best home games of the year besides Alabama. Because there's just so much at stake. It's a night game in November. It's going to be football cold. It's going to be great. And yeah, I'm so excited.
I am too. And it's, I like the fact that TCU and Sonny Dykes, the son of the late great Coach Dykes, who, oh my God, he's a gentleman of the game. He's a great coach, players coach. So they continue to find a ways to win. 8-0. All right. They're undefeated. And I think Coach Dykes, so just like his dad, Spike, has just a unique way of describing. He won't give his team all the credit. He'll give them a little bit. He's just a country boy that says it like it is. But he says, man, we don't have the talent like other teams do. Like, namely, he didn't want to say it, like Texas.
We don't have that luxury in the Big 12, and that's not what this team is. And so we've got a smaller margin for error than other people do. And so that means that we have to play at a really high level. And we've been unsteady at times, but again, when we needed to, this team has been able to figure out a way to make some plays and separate and win some games.
Love him. Do you see his father in him a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, Spike. By the way, Spike Dykes, an SFA lumberjack.
Had to throw that in there.
I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, he is. TCU, what they've done, they've got a quarterback who could probably, if he has a good game in Austin, could be in the Heisman conversation.
Okay.
And a running back who is one of the better running backs in the country.
Yeah.
They got a lot of speed, Tess.
I know. They've got more annoying people. We're there to annoy me on Saturday. It's going to be a hard game.
It's going to be hot, very tough.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot get beat over the top.
No. And we cannot throw in the mother effing towel in the second half.
Got to keep the pedal down.
Go.
Do it.
Go. Do not give up. Please, Lord Jesus, don't give up.
I don't get it. This is one game.
Clock's still going. You got to be playing.
Yeah. This is one game in which if they can learn to put two halves together or just three quarters, live up to your ability.
Put together 2/16. We don't give a shit. Just fucking
just win the game.
Just win the game.
So if Texas wins, it'll be one game back of TCU in the standings.
Mm-hmm.
You just need to be in that second spot. Who knows? I mean, there could be two lost teams playing in the Big 12 championship. It's starting to look like a log jam for that second spot. But like we've talked about, each week in November, every game matters. Every game.
That's right.
Every game matters. So everything will play out. You just win. You're not asking much. That's it. Hey.
It's not a big ask.
How about we reveal where we are with Pickin Em with Tess?
Oh, great. I'm sure you say that because you know where we are. The revealer.
The revealer. Still
Whatever.
close.
Yeah.
Still close.
I really ate it last week.
That was a tough week.
It was a tough week. You were even surprised by your own picks.
It was just, there was an intense, insane amount of upset potential.
Right.
We saw Georgia, what they did. We saw LSU, what they did.
Yep.
Who else am I missing?
Liberty Flamers.
The Flamers.
By the way, they're the Flames.
That's
and right. I learned all about them.
What did you learn about the Liberty Flames?
Well, I learned one that the school was actually, it's a very Christian school.
Yeah.
And the Falwell family is very involved in Liberty. I didn't realize the history of that family in that school. I didn't really know, and that they have a lot of I don't know how serious the rules used to be, but like you can't swear, you can't, you get points docked from you. So I didn't realize that. Anyway, Liberty I just learned more about it and about the history that I did not know anything about after it came up. And so now I actually know about the school and what it's about, what it was founded on, and and that they're doing really good. Yeah,
they haven't been at they have not been at the FBS level very long. They made the transition from FCS not long ago, but they have provided the model of how to properly fund and for boosters and how students getting behind a football program and to approach it with a great plan. And then Hugh Freeze, who was used to be a coach in the SEC. I think he was the coach when what was the movie? God, the big lineman that and Sandra Bullock was the adopted mother.
Oh, The Blind Side.
Yeah, The Blind Side. I think it was Hugh Freeze who was at Ole Miss at the time.
Oh, cool!
And
I love that movie.
It's a great movie.
Oh,
great movie.
God,
Sandra Bullock. Sandra was hot in that movie.
It's a great film. It has such a great story.
It was. It wasn't. It was a little exaggerated, but still a great film.
Yeah, I liked it. A lot, actually.
They have a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, no, I learned so much more about Liberty than I ever knew.
Yeah.
I'll be researching Ronnie Millsap's college after that.
Millsap, oh yeah, the one that undefeated Trinity Division III power in San Antonio, Texas. They beat Ronnie Millsap College to remain undefeated. Week 11, let's go, Tess Sawyer.
All
LSU,
right.
fresh off the upset of Alabama at Woo Pig Suey.
Oh, well, this is a no-brainer for me. I think LSU's on fire.
Fuego.
So I'm going with the Tigers.
Tigers.
Shout out to Doug Reith, my brother-in-law.
The BIL. Doug, don't hate me, bro. I think the Hogs rebound this week.
What?
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
This is a rivalry game, by the way.
Well, I don't care. I don't think the Hogs could pull this out of their hog suey if they wanted to. So I think the Tigers have this one in the bag. And I'm sticking to it.
So Nick Saban will face his former OC, Lane Kiffin, at Ole Miss, at the Grove. They're not going to play in the Grove. They're going to be playing in Vaught Hemingway Stadium. But
right.
That'd be a hell of an experience to tailgate at the Grove for this one.
Yeah. Ooh.
Tough.
I mean, I'm already down, so I might as well just take all kinds of chances. Let's go with Ole Miss for the upset.
You want Ole Miss?
Yeah.
It would actually be. I'm going to go for the true upset because I want to go with Bama.
Oh, okay. Is Ole Miss favored?
I thought, yeah, because they're at home and higher ranked, I think.
Okay, whatever. Then I'm going with Ole Miss for the win.
There you go. I like it. They're at home. All right, so this one's random. Well, the next three are random. Kansas just pretty much destroyed Mike Gundy in Oklahoma State. So Joey McGuire, who made a good point, and it held true against Kansas State for Texas, just hang in there, and you can, because Texas won't fight you in the second half, or they just have issues in the second half. He's right, but since he beat Texas, he's 1-4. The Red Raiders. So does KU, who is bowl eligible now for the first time since 08 or 09, do they win in Lubbock?
You know, this is the hardest year in the Big 12. Everything is so just it's like they win, they lose, they win, they lose, they win. I mean, it's so hard to predict who's going to win these games. I mean, either one of these teams could win. So it's really hard, but I'm gonna stick with Rock Chalk.
You are?
And I hope they pull it out. I think it's going to be hard, and Tech could very well win, but I'm going to go with Kansas.
I've really enjoyed this Kansas team this year. So far. I love it. It wouldn't surprise me if Lance Leipold gets a big-time offer. And they're going to lose that coach more than likely. But I don't know. I don't know that. Man, I think Joey McGuire and Wreckham Tech figure it out this week. I really do. They're at home. I'm going to go with Tech.
Yeah.
So
it's a hard one.
I forget what town, Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers are in. But listen to this. The Rice Owls from Houston just need one more win to become bowl eligible.
For what? The Jeopardy Bowl?
The Jeopardy Bowl.
The Quiz Bowl.
Rice, and they have a great defensive back who's from Austin. Last name Fresh, spelled Fresch. Good
I like
family.
it.
His little brother is going to be a great athlete. We're going to hear about here in about 4 years. He's
All right.
little fella. He could beat me by 50 yards in a sprint.
On that note, I'm going to take Rice.
You are?
Yeah, let's go with the Owls.
I'm going with Rice myself. They're on the road.
That'd be cool if they. This is their one, like you said, they only have one win left. So let's give it.
Let's get it.
Let's get to the Rice.
Let's get it. Let's get bowl eligible for the Rice
Good.
Owls.
Let's do it. Let's go Rice.
Let's go Rice. Let's fry it up. So, in tribute to the late greats, local ATX, former iconic voice, Wally Pryor. There used to be the voice at UT football games. Back when you and I were growing up here, they would go through the scores at Memorial Stadium during Texas games, and he would always say, and the big one, Slippery Rock. It always had the Slippery Rock score. Slippery Rock is facing a team that I don't even remember who they're playing for some reason. I don't remember. Oh,
Looks like a Bear team.
it is a Bear team. Kutztown, which is a Division II program which has produced NFL talent. I'm going with the Rock, baby. Let's go, Slip.
Where is Slippery Rock from?
I think it's Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they're facing the Bears, the
Cut
Grizzly
down.
Bear people. Strokey the Bear.
Kutztown.
All right. Well, I know nothing about either one of these teams, so I'll go with that Rock team.
The Rock team. That would be a cool shirt and hat. The Rock.
Yeah. I want to rock.
Quiet Riot. Love it. So you got some ground to make up. My lead is not secure by any stretch of the imagination.
Yes, or I could totally blow it since we picked totally opposite teams, but we'll see.
That's quite all right. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about some champions down the road. There was a parade in the H. I think we know what we're talking about. That's coming up on the other side of this break. If you're on the market for a home, what exactly are you looking for in a realtor? If you want an ATX original who has over 2 decades of experience in this market, a truly devoted family guy who's been known to make time for a cortado or two as well, if so, I know a guy. His name is Kevin Hutchison. He manages to balance his life while finding homes for his clients, all while playing dad. This proud boy and girl dad is musically inclined, and he bleeds burnt orange as well.
Thank you, Clint. You pretty much said it all. I'm honored to be a part of Stories Inside the Man Cave and honored to serve each and every one of you in your real estate needs. San Antonio, Austin, Texas, everywhere in between.
Hutch will treat you like family while finding your ideal home. Give him a shout at the number on your screen or shoot him an email. Kevin Hutchison at Realty Austin.
This is JJ Gotch, CEO of the Austin Gamblers. And segment 2 of Stories Inside the Man Cave is next.
Houston has always buried me in the H.
Tess, did you see? I mean, they absolutely Philly was tough, but Houston lost 2 postseason games the entire postseason.
Yeah.
Clearly the best team. And between you and I, we have a ton of friends in H-Town. I mean, what
For sure.
did you have any? I mean, I'm sure you had a lot of friends that went to games. I did. I'm just not an Astros fan, but I respect what they've accomplished here the last 6 to 8 years.
No, I was thrilled. And Minute Maid Park is a blast. So, yeah, I was super thrilled for them. I love the Astros. Obviously, I used to live in Houston. I have family that lives in Houston. I have family that was born and raised in Houston. So, go Stros. That was awesome. And I loved seeing the MVP Pina. I thought he was amazing. Right. So young, so talented. So anyway, it was great. I thought it was a great series. And I love that it was on the same night that the Horns won as well. So it was kind of great.
It's a good weekend.
Yeah.
Great weekend it was. So one thing we love doing is finding. This is a test find right here. TikTok videos. This one's kind of long, and it's part of the Tennessee Vol mania. That and rightfully so. I mean, they did get upset, a mild upset by Georgia, the defending champs, but Tennessee finish out strong. Man, you still have a great team, but this was funny. And this we've alluded to these types of videos before. It's pretty funny. I was fooled the first time I saw it, but then I kind of noticed that, this was a setup, but it's funny no less.
When the security guard is in the way.
Ball Nation, Neyland Stadium. Everybody was focused on that guy. That was pretty solid. I mean, not bad dance moves.
I thought his moves were legit.
Legit.
Mm-hmm.
He could be on a college dance team.
That's right. Right. He'd be on the Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars.
Mm-hmm.
I saw another post. He was hanging out with the dance team in front of Neyland Stadium in Georgia at Between the Hedges.
Oh, okay.
So they've got a little brand.
He makes his rounds with the dance team.
Yeah, I think it's awesome, and he's got the stash going too. A little southern.
Oh yeah,
southern frat boy. Hey, I hate to be a downer here, but this is something that I need to address. So listen, we all make mistakes. I prided myself to be right or do the right thing probably 80-90% of my life, try to, but I failed just like everyone else. We all make bad decisions. So one thing I've loved my entire life is high school athletics. And the last 3 years, I've been able to do the play-by-play video stream for our alma mater, the Anderson Trojans. And my ties to high school football in Oklahoma and Texas run really deep. And my relationships in the high school athletics community mean the world to me. And they run deep to the UIL, all the coaches, the small towns, Austin, Dallas, Houston, East Texas, San Angelo, Oklahoma City, all those communities over there. Well, I made a big mistake, judgment and error. I allowed my professionalism to take a back seat for almost 2 minutes. Anderson and Dripping Springs this past Friday, things got chippy. Anderson was getting blown out. Dripping Springs is a phenomenal football team. Phenomenal. Would not shock me if they end up in Jerry World playing for the state championship or a state championship. Things got chippy. A fight broke out, and I can't believe this came out of my mouth. I regret it. I said something to the effect of, I understand Anderson to get frustrated. I understand. I don't advocate violence. Never have, never will. But the way I said it was wrong. I said, I don't blame Anderson if they take cheap shots, throw fist, and target the quarterback. That was both immature, childish, unprofessional. So, and someone clipped it on Twitter, and I felt bad even before I left the stadium. I talked to my broadcast partner. I said, I think I made a huge mistake. In fact, I knew it. So anyway, it's an outrage on Twitter right now. And my deepest apologies to the city of Dripping Springs, to the entire football program, the parents, coaches. I would love to apologize in person, but an apology can never take back words. Words are more powerful than anything. So what I've done is I spoke to Rick Epstein at IHS Fan Network. I turned in my resignation, said I will no longer be broadcasting any games. I know that's a one-time deal, but I thought it was the right thing to do.
Hey, man, tell me something good.
Oh, how do we shift gears from that? From one serious topic, very serious topic, to pick up the vibe and the some positivity from Tess Sawyer. Tell me something good.
Well, I think we've touched on so many great things in that. Well, for one, let's not dismiss this is election night.
Yeah.
This is a really big deal to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. And I hope everybody went out and voted that is able to. And I'm excited to see what the results bring us. And, how is it going to affect us in our futures? So I think tonight is it's a big night. And so I hope everybody else is going to go watch the results and we'll see what happens. But that's a bit serious. On a lighter note, I'm super excited to see my little sister and go to a game with her on Saturday. We haven't been to a game together, and I honestly can't even remember the last time, just the two of us. So it's going to be a special sister day, and obviously a great game in DKR with perfect weather, and I think it's going to be great. So I'm really excited about obviously tonight watching the results come in, and then this weekend spending some time with my little sister. So excited about that.
I'm excited for you both. Really am. That's that bond right there, and just the experience that together. That speaks volumes. Those are priceless moments. Just like the time you went with your mom on one of these last games, and you guys will be talking about that forever. I'll tell you something good. This game, these types of games are phenomenal. I think back at big games at DKR when I was a senior and you were a freshman at Anderson High School. 1990, Texas and Houston. Texas had been getting their asses kicked by Houston for like 3 straight years. And it was a top 10 game. I think Texas was 10. Houston was number 3. Texas absolutely beat the dog shit out of them. I mean, destroyed Houston. Finally got over that hump, and fans stormed the field. They were hungry. I don't think we'll ever see it. I don't say never, but the fans stormed the field, tried to take the goalpost down, and Wally Pryor said, "Get that idiot off the goalpost," because there was still 3 seconds remaining in the game. Get that idiot off the goalpost. By the way, the CFP was just released. TCU's number 4 in the 4.
Holy waka. Okay, hold on. Let me pull that up.
Yeah. So they moved up 3 spots.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Rock and roll, Sean Clinch.
Georgia, Ohio State, Michigan, and the Horned Frogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's knock them off that pedestal.
And Texas is
knock them back down.
They're up 6 spots. So
Texas,
if Texas wins on Saturday, they probably move up about 8 spots.
Yeah, we're gonna move up to moving on up.
Baby.
To a deluxe apartment in the college football rankings.
Ooh, the month of November is special. And for some fan bases, the Texas fan base, this could be a very special.
I have a good feeling.
Yeah, you do?
I do.
Get in touch with Tess's intuition.
Come to me. Yeah. I have a good feeling that I'm going to have fun regardless.
Yeah. It's going to be
one
fun.
thing I can control.
Yeah. It's the only thing. We will have a good time.
We will have a good time.
And you'll get B. Mays and I and all of our 102,000 of our best friends.
I know. Can't wait. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast.
Awesome edition. As always, And for the OG Man Cave boys, that being Hardball Hards, Big Mike, Coach Mo, and the pride of Anderson High School, that being the Tes Sawyer. We out.